Hello, and welcome back to Shining From Within, the podcast where we explore the infinite amount of power and potential that lies within each and every one of us. So this evening, we have a special guest, Honorable His Worship, Nkundwe, an experienced magistrate with expertise in conflict resolution. So today's topic is conflict resolution. So, Your Worship, I would like to thank you for joining us today, or this evening rather.
Thank you.
And to kick things off, could you share a bit about your background and how you became involved in conflict resolution?
Thank you very much, Genevieve. Greetings, our listeners. Like she's already alluded to, I'm Nkundwe. I'm a magistrate and I'm an advocate of the High Court. What that means is that I'm a lawyer, if you like.
Okay.
I've been a magistrate for precisely six years. So really, I have the expertise in conflict resolution or dispute resolution, if you like.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's it about me, in brief.
In brief.
Yes.
Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it. We have an expert in the house. So you're going to get top tier information. Okay. So the first thing we're going to tackle is exploring conflict resolution. So the first thing is understanding conflict. Can you define what conflict means to you and how it can impact individuals' personal development?
Okay. So to start with, we need to define what conflict is, but I would suggest we also define or explain what resolution is. Okay. So basically, a conflict. Please allow me to use these words interchangeably.
Okay.
Conflict and dispute.
And dispute. Oh, okay, that's
Yes.
fine.
Okay, so basically, in simpler terms, conflict is a misunderstanding, a difference. I'm looking for a better word. I want to restrict myself. I don't want to start using those legal jargons.
Oh, okay.
Okay, for the sake of our listeners.
For the sake of, yeah.
Yes. So
Okay.
basically, it's a misunderstanding or a difference between two natural persons. By natural, I mean a person like yourself, Genevieve, and myself.
Okay.
Or between what we call artificial persons. Okay, artificial persons are companies. So, in the eyes of the law, a company is also a person.
Person.
But we categorize them as artificial persons.
Okay.
So, it is a difference between natural persons
Mm-hmm.
or artificial persons, or between artificial persons and natural persons, and vice versa. Okay, that's it about conflict. Then resolution is the settlement of the same. Okay, the settlement of the conflict.
Conflict.
Yes. So that gets us the definition of the two terms. Okay, maybe you can just guide me the follow-up question.
Okay, so the follow-up question is, how do you approach understanding the root cause of conflict?
Okay, yeah. So predominantly, what causes conflict is differences in ideas, agendas that are not in tandem with each other. You understand? So you find that this one has his own agenda, this one has his own agenda. So if these agendas cannot be reconciled, certainly there will be a spark. There will be what? Conflict. And people have different beliefs. So I've always been saying there are two major things that bring about conflict. One, religion. Two, politics.
Politics, yes.
These two are fatal ground to birth conflicts.
Conflict.
Yes. So these really are root cause of conflicts. So really, in a nutshell,
Okay.
where people have different ideologies, this one believes in this one believes in this, then they have different agendas, and those agendas cannot be reconciled, or they are not in tandem with each other. Certainly, you expect some sort of
conflict.
or some semblance of some conflict. Yes.
Okay. No, you get that one.
Yep.
Okay, and I think I'm glad that you mentioned politics and religion. I feel like every individual is entitled to believe in whatever it is that they believe in. Of course, for me, I'm Christian, but I find that like majority of the wars, like even you can correct me if I'm wrong, Iran, Iraq, I think that war has been ongoing for years, and I think those are the type of wars that never really cease, because what's at stake is, it's the, like you said, the main thing is religion at its core. So thank you for highlighting that. So the second point is, or the second question rather, is personal development through conflict. In your experience, how can individuals use conflict as opportunities for personal growth?
Okay. So essentially, like I said, a conflict is some misunderstanding between two individuals, okay? And you got to know that unresolved conflicts are very retrogressive, okay? They tend to injure people's emotions, okay? And in most cases, they put sound relationships in precarious positions. And they have the potential of causing anarchy, acrimony, and sometimes even war. Okay, the wars that we hear about around the world, it's because of some unresolved conflict somewhere. So now, how can somebody use conflicts for their personal growth or development? All right. So in my view, in my considered view, not every conflict would bring about acrimony. Okay, some conflicts will cause you or give you the ability to realize your potential, and it will also cause you to illuminate, or to cause your light to shine within you. You understand? Yeah. So to me, there's a positive side with regard to conflict, and also there's a negative side with regard to conflict. Now, let me concentrate so much on the positive side. Okay. Let me give you an example of. There's a story in the Bible, it's Genesis 13 or something, about Lot and Abraham. Okay, we read in that chapter that Lot and Abraham had some conflict. Is it their headsmen? Yeah, they had some conflict, and because they could not resolve those conflicts, what did they do? They decided to part ways. So we see Lot going eastwards. It should be Jordan. Then he settled at a place called Zoe or something. Then Abraham went westwards and settled at a place called Hebron. So if there had not been that conflict, these people would still be together. And we read that because they parted company, Abraham grew so big in terms of wealth, livestock, servants, and so on and so forth. So these conflicts sometimes will cause you to get out of the comfort zone. Okay.
True.
You begin to pursue your energies. You begin to pursue things by yourself, because you know that if I don't do this, certainly no one will.
Nobody.
Yes. So we should view conflicts also in a very positive way. It's not always that conflicts will bring about negativity. All right?
Sure.
Yeah. I'll give you an example of, here is a person who entirely depends on the parents. And because of some unresolved conflict, he's chased out of the house. He needs to leave anyway. Yes, you're out of your parents' house, but how do you survive? So he needs to look for a skill or maybe some work to do and stuff. So really, in a nutshell, conflicts also have a positive side. That's what I can say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's actually very true. Yeah, and they have a way. I think just to highlight on the point that you mentioned, they have a way of taking us out of our comfort zone, and it just forces you to grow certain situations. Anyway, so the follow-up to that is, what role does self-awareness play in resolving conflict effectively?
Okay, so self-awareness, in my opinion, self-awareness is the foundation of emotional intelligence. It gives you the ability to understand your emotions. It gives you the